Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Malation. Today we got another Q&A. Of course, you can leave me questions down below on my Ask FM. It will be linked down below, and you can send your questions, and I'll answer these I usually record Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or Wednesdays. So if you really want your questions to be seen, leave them there, but please don't duplicate them 30 times. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this. Are you a mommy or a daddy person? I don't know what kind. This is the question of the day, so this is like randomly generated, but I don't know who decided to ask this question, but it sounds like they might have a few problems. Like, this is a really weirdly worded question. Like, so what? Do I like my mom or my dad more? I mean, I don't like either more than the other. I don't know if that's what they're asking, but like, the fact that it says mommy or daddy, it just seems like a creepy question, honestly. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting, so I don't really, I do not know what I'm going to do about that one. I'm going to delete it is what I'm going to do, actually. Who do you think has the most badass hair in Dragon Ball? My pick is Raditz. I mean, if you're going to go for Raditz, that's tough. I mean, I don't really think of it like that usually, but I always do like the, I think Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan's did have like a pretty badass hairdo, because it went from being normal as a Super Saiyan, which, granted, his Super Saiyan hair was a little odd compared to what we saw with Goku. His hair just stayed the same. Then he goes Super Saiyan 2 and it all goes straight up, basically, except for the one little strand. I thought that was a really cool hairstyle. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, though, I mean, like, come on, like, I don't know, that probably is the one. I mean, it's either that or you're just going for someone's Super Saiyan hair. Like, there's not, I guess, you know, I'd probably go for Super Saiyan Trunks, maybe Ultra Trunks, and, you know, Super Saiyan Grade 3, obviously. I think that's probably the coolest hairstyle. I mean, if I really had to pick one, but it is a weird question to think about. I haven't really thought of that before. I mean, I guess let me put your picks, put your picks down below. I mean, you could say Nappa because of his mustache if you want to count that, but I mean, we don't have to pick a Saiyan. It can be any character. You know, let's say Krillin from the Buu Saga, I guess. I don't really know. Moving on, though, from that. Who is the strongest character in Dragon Ball that Wolverine's claws can cut through or kill? I'm not the person to ask this because I don't read comic books and I don't even watch a lot of the movies. But I mean, I know I know Adam Antium's like really, really strong. But as to who would be like the limit, I don't know. I'm not that guy. Krillin could definitely be cut by it. I mean, just judging from the Super Anime at this point, where he gets his skin pierced by a bullet, which makes absolutely zero sense. Like, no one's gonna say it makes any sense, and that was such a stupid scene, but it is what it is. So Krillin's skin is less durable now than what it was in Dragon Ball. So, you know, go figure. Why do you have a hat in your Twitter account? So on my Twitter picture, there's a meme called What in Tarnation, and I actually didn't really know about until about the time I saw the picture of me made. There's a meme called, it's What in Tarnation, and you put like a cowboy hat on someone, or you can say what in something that rhymes with Tarnation. You can just do that. So someone I can't remember who exactly did it, so I apologize, but someone had made a image of me with that hat and said, "What in Dragon Ball Nation?" And I thought it was funny, so I made my Twitter picture. That's the story. SSJ4 Gogeta in Super with God Essence versus Beerus. I mean, I've kind of still gone back and forth in the whole. Remember, I always say like GT and Super. I don't like comparing them a lot, and I don't even know how big of a what the power difference is going to be when he has the God Essence. So this is such a hard question to answer. Like, I don't know if I really can. I feel like I still want to hold off on these things because To me, even though people are gonna say, like, you know, obviously Gogeta's weaker than everyone else, I always say this in every single Q&A when I get a question like this. I always say this, that there is no, to me, definitive evidence that to say that a GT character like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would have zero chance against someone like Beerus or Super Saiyan Blue Goku. The thing about Super Saiyan 4 is we don't even know how strong it really is. Obviously, it does have its limits, but at the same time, in one of the guidebooks, it's called a limit breaker. So there's so many things to like think about, and it's so hard to compare them. And I've always gone on the notion that there's a lot more evidence to support that super characters are stronger, and I do understand that and recognize it. But at the same time, I just feel like for certain characters in GT, I feel like there's just no clear evidence to me. And people are gonna bring up the whole fact that Beerus and Goku are breaking the universe when they were fighting and all that stuff, and I understand all that, but I'm just saying what I feel, that's all. I'm not saying Gogeta would win, I'm just saying I don't have an answer. That's all. And yes, I understand that you're saying with God Essence, but that doesn't really change it because I don't know what that really would mean in terms of improvements. I know it means a lot, but again, it's just not clear cut for me because we saw so little. And the power scaling in GT is so bad and all the feats are just poorly represented, so it's tough. And it doesn't matter how many times I say it, people will still say I'm stupid for even saying that there's a chance GT could have a chance or anything like that, but it's whatever. How much has Toriyama wanked off Beerus? First putting above Kaioken times 10 Goku, now we're not even sure if Vegeta can defeat him. The thing is we don't know if that's all Toriyama, especially the Kaioken Blue. That definitely, to me, is a Toei animation thing. We don't know what Toriyama's manuscripts for the stories are like. We don't know anything really. We just know that in that interview he was saying he doesn't plan on having Goku or Vegeta be stronger than Beerus anytime soon. But we don't even know if Vegeta is from Toriyama this time in Super, because at least from the manga chapter we just got, I almost feel like with Merge Zamasu in the manga, they aren't even going to need Vegeta because they're both Super Saiyan God right now. They can go blue and full out blue and do a combined effort against Zamasu, or be somewhat even with a Merge Zamasu. Even though I guess Vegeta was going from God to blue to land hits on Goku Black, but was that like a maximum power Super Saiyan Blue? Because he was transformed for like split seconds, so I'm not really sure. I think people think we're going to get Super Saiyan God Vegeta, or we're going to get Gogeta, and I'm still not sure. And again, I still stand by the fact that it is very possible we could not see Vegeta again in the manga. I feel like that. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It is possible it could be either way, but you know, I did a whole video on that I'll probably forget to link down below anyways, about why Vegeta might not be in the manga. Go watch it, or don't. That is absolutely up to you. But let's just keep moving on here. Do you agree when the anime said, or the anime coming, I guess it means comic because I see the rest of this, the anime comic says Super Saiyan 4 Goku is equal to SSJ Vegeta? This contradicts what is said in the series that baby Vegeta 1 was the strongest ki Goku had ever felt, putting him above Super Saiyan 1 Vegeta. I think that whole comic thing is really stupid, and just based on how strong we do know that Super Saiyan 4 Goku has to be, I feel like there's no way that Super Saiyan Vegeta would be stronger. Maybe a hypothetical GT Super Saiyan Vegeta could be up there, obviously. But definitely I don't think the Buu Saga one. I mean, especially with that whole line about baby being strongest ki. But I just don't see it, and it's weird that it's there, but I kind of want to go back and look at that and do my own video. And I've said I'm going to do the video like months ago, but maybe I want to say I want to look at it this week, but don't take my word for it. But there's a possibility I could do a video about it, but it's all about if I feel comfortable doing the video, I guess, and if I have the information. Because one thing about me I've learned is that I'll feel very confident in a video, and then I'll get like some mistake somewhere in a video. It seems to happen a lot, and I have a pretty good knowledge of the series, and I'm not an expert, I don't think, but I enjoy talking about it, and I try to give a good representation of the series, and a good one for you guys to kind of latch onto it, and you know, be able to pick my brain, I guess, or you know, be able to see what I'm talking about. But there's sometimes mistakes. I'm not gonna lie. I try harder to keep those mistakes out of the videos. But I'll see if I can do this thing in the next week or so, or you know, take a look at it, you know, to gather info, to really get a good video going. This is another one I want to do, is a video, Gogeta versus Gohan. The more I've looked at Vegeta and Gogeta through the Daizenshuu and through just stuff in the series based on, I don't want to say power scaling, but based on how strong the fusion dance really seems to be, Gogeta seems to have a way bigger power difference with Vegeta than I thought. Like, he's a lot weaker than I thought he was. And I'm not saying he's weak, but there's a bigger gap than what I had initially thought. They're not very close, at least from what I can gather. And there's still the people that think that Gogeta and Vegeta are equal, which makes no sense because it's pretty much directly contradicted in the series that would be the case. But it also says in the guidebooks that, you know, fusion by the Patar earrings is closer to multiplication and addition, but it doesn't really say a whole lot about the fusion dance, which still kind of gets me, and it makes it a little bit harder to dissect this whole thing. But I will do a video on this eventually, unless someone else does before me, then they beat me to it. Do you agree that Goten is in need of some serious character development? I think Goten and Trunks should both get that. Kid Trunks. I think the first step though is to make their height and age appropriate and not make them look like they do in the Buu Saga all the time still. We already answered this one before, I think, but if it were to happen, who would have the worst reaction to his wife's death, Goku or Vegeta? I would be inclined to think Vegeta. I have no idea if anyone heard that burp I just made, but well, it's known to the public now. But I would think Vegeta just off the bat. But the way Goku acted when, you know, Black and Zamasu were talking about how the future his family in another timeline was killed, he got mad even then, even though it really wasn't. I mean, it is his family, but it also isn't his personal family. I feel like Goku really could have a worse reaction if it was his actual family, but it's tough to say. I mean, it seems like Vegeta would be the obvious choice, right? But I think definitely Goku could have a pretty big reaction, obviously. I mean, assuming that there is no hope of bringing them back, you know, no Dragon Balls. Let's just make it easy like that. And we're going to end it off on these last couple of questions here. Hit versus Topple. I'd say Hit. The thing about Topple is, even though Goku's a lot stronger now than what he was when he fought Hip, even disregarding the kind of filler episodes we got with Hip, what was it, 70, 71, 72, which are kind of filler in a way. They aren't really Toriyama stories. They're just stuff that Toei Animation came up with. And people say we don't know if it's not Toriyama, but I mean, I really would doubt that it was a Toriyama story or idea to bring him back. That's just my opinion. Or at least I don't think he had really any real involvement in that little story. But the thing about Toppo is I feel like I've seen a lot of people say like, oh, Goku and Toppo are even based on what Toppo is saying about Jiren. But I feel like Toppo seriously underestimates Goku's power, and I mean, he hasn't even seen Kaioken times 10, and we don't know if Goku can. Goku seems to have such a good grasp on the Kaioken now that with the blue, that I feel like he can go times 20 now, honestly. I feel like this Jiren guy isn't going to be so far ahead of Goku where it's a huge threat, but I think they are going to be very, very close. I feel like Toppo is underestimating Goku, and you know, Kaioken times 10, Blue, Goku versus Jiren could be a real fight. But, again, Jiren versus Hit. Given that we don't know a lot about Jiren, I mean, I could say either one. We just don't know. But I would probably say Jiren just based on the fact that what Topple said is he is so much stronger than Topple is. But at the same time, how strong does that really make him, right? I mean, it's saying that Goku has no chance, but Topple has no idea how strong Goku really is, I feel like. That's just my opinion. Hit versus Goku. I mean, what do you want me to say about that? They've already fought twice. So, like, current Hit versus current Goku, I mean, it beats me. Goku knows how to beat Hit pretty much now, I think, so. I mean, I don't know if it's really much of a fight anymore. At least that's what I gathered, at least from those last couple filler episodes we got with Hit. And people always get mad when I say filler, but when I say filler, I mean not the Toriyama stories. That's all. Like, what do you want me to call them? Just name the episode number, episode 70 and 71. I don't know. I got no idea. And then we're going to end it off on this one. How come there's no serious threat in Dragon Ball Super? In Dragon Ball Z, Goku got serious when a new threat comes and he gets serious at Frieza, Cell, Boo. Now in Super, Goku just wants to fight strong people in Super. When a new threat comes, he's not that serious at all. I mean, he was pretty serious when Goku Black was around, and even at, you know, Frieza when he got resurrected. So those have been the only two real big threats. Everything else has been just tournaments and little fights. There really isn't a whole lot left. Beerus, I mean, I think Goku was super excited as new power and that there is someone that strong. But I see what you mean, but at the same time, he has been very serious, like in the Goku Black stuff. So, but the Goku Black stuff is really all the serious stuff we've really gotten. We haven't gotten that serious villain since that. We haven't seen anything like that yet, besides Goku Black and Zamasu. But that was a very serious story. But that's the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Again, leave your questions on the Ask FM if you want them to be featured in a Q&A or whatever. Go ahead and do that. But other than that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, and of course, catch you later.